Back with more Buffy. This is episode 12 of season 4, and I'm very excited to get back into the show because I feel like it's been a while. I think I just did like 4 episodes of Angel in a row, so I'm excited to get back into Buffy, and I think there'll be 3 Buffys, and then it will be 4 Angels, and then 5 Buffys. And that is one thing I am liking about the order that I'm watching them in, doing the Slayer Live guide, is that you do tend to watch the shows in like little chunks and keep switching. So by the time you're like done watching like a couple of episodes of Angel in a row, you're like, oh, really excited for Buffy, and vice versa. So I really like how it's kind of working out with that. So yeah, back to Buffy, and I'm very, very excited to continue on with this season. We're halfway through. We've had ups, we've had downs, we've had laughs, we've had tears. We've had a lot of fucking tears. But I'm really excited to see where they're going to take the season in the second half. We had some interesting developments in the last episode, which I really enjoyed. Spike can kind of, kill and attack and hit demons. So he's kind of got his groove back a bit. We have this whole thing with the initiative still going on. Buffy and Riley still having relationship dramas. So yeah, I'm really excited to see what's going to happen as we head into the second half of the season. So, let's get into it.
It came through the window.
Vampire?
Vampires don't breathe fire.
I should probably...
What?
No time.
A dragon? Ah, let's hope this birthday goes better than the last one, shall we?
Got up to a bit of a prank with the dartboard.
I'm bored. Let's eat.
Anya, we talked about this.
I'm sorry. That was rude. Please continue your story.
Oh, I feel bad.
Get out. This
I was going to say if they met
Riley
you.
Finn, my boyfriend.
Very nice.
Say hello to Dad.
I've seen the library. It's gone downhill since you left.
I'm embarrassed to say that I actually miss it at times.
So, you
I
retired?
do a bit.
I'm sorry?
Or you're working somewhere else now?
She's absolutely the smartest person I've ever met.
Perhaps we should have invited Professor Walsh to the party.
Oh, no.
Oh.
I mean, she's like 40. She's got better things to do than hang out with a bunch of kids.
Here you go, sir. That's my radio.
And you're what? Shocked and disappointed? I'm evil.
What kind of place are you looking for?
We thought you were a myth.
Well, you were mistaken.
And to think all that time
me.
you were sitting in my class. It's only our methods that differ. We use the latest in scientific technology and state-of-the-art weaponry. And you, if I understand correctly, poke them with a sharp stick.
But it's more effective than it
Done a better job than you.
Oh, Agent Finn here alone has killed or captured... How many is it?
17. 11 vampires, 6 demons.
Wow.
Wow. I mean, that's 17.
What about you?
Me?
1700,
How many hustles would you
bitch.
say you've slain?
When I saw you stop the world from, ending, I just assumed that was a big week for you. Turns out I suddenly find myself
It's a Thursday night.
to know the plural of apocalypse. Well, I'm not even sure I could take you.
That all depends on your meaning.
Fuck. I mean, don't fuck there. Wait.
Yeah. I think it can be unhealthy to take on adult roles too early. What I suspect I'm seeing is a reaction to the absence of a male role model.
Absence?
Buffy clearly lacks a strong father figure. I'm sorry, I have things to do. I'll tell Buffy her friend was looking for her.
Oh, Riley and his guys probably all over it.
Yeah, it has that too neat look.
Did you not even know about that?
What?
Oh, they read hotspots, areas of otherworldly
Oh,
energy.
Giles.
Spike?
Oh, that's gonna
Spike me?
sting.
Only the basic stuff.
I'll stay a little longer just in case.
Oh.
You sure? Cause we could stay.
No, go.
Oh god, couldn't get out there quick enough. Oh, I want to give him a hug.
I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say that at all. In fact, Ripper, old mate, I'd say something rather interesting was about to happen. Someone... Oh, bug, I thought you'd gone. Ethan Ray.
Oh, that was
I have
good.
no idea how much thrashing you is going to improve my day.
Oh shit. Ooh. Hello, Ripper. I like how, like, the villain monologues, they've kind of spoofed it a bit this season, like the Spike in episode 6.
I can't stop you.
Let's hope he doesn't rain on Giles' parade.
More fun than kicking my ass. They're scared. There's something called 314's got them scared most of all.
Is he talking about the initiative then, or what? 314. My first thought was, like, 3.14 being pi, I think.
I'll go all out if you will.
Are you sure?
Here we go.
Rest in peace, Riley. Oh, shit, a brick.
Are you hurt?
Just his pride.
Our unemployed librarian with a tendency to get knocked on the head, and well, we won't have to worry about that anymore, mate. When you went to the loo, I slipped a small pellet of poison in your drink. You'll be dead in an hour. Just kidding.
I was gonna say, you better be fucking joking. It's kind of nice
I know it's late.
they're getting to have a moment to be friends again.
Our minds have to be perfectly attuned to work as a single delicate implement. Cool. And it should be very pretty.
Tale as old as time. Okay, need some work.
What the heck was that? I don't know, but pedals are off.
Yep.
I feel like hell in the morning.
How hungover are you? Ethan Rain, you.
Oh, and I like that shirt.
I'll make it up to him when I see him. Tomorrow. I'm spending today with Riley. Oh yeah, I forgot that's what you always do on the days when the Earth rotates.
Yep.
It's just going so well right now. I think. I
Good.
hope. You can't walk around pretending you're less than you are. It wouldn't be right for you to hold back.
It's true.
Right. What? I held back a little.
Oh shit.
Sander, wake up.
He's probably gonna think he's dreaming still.
No, it's not, Mum. Now,
Yep.
when you look at me, yes, it's me.
Oh no, don't understand.
Don't you understand me?
Oh no. Oh. Now he's even more isolated from the group. But what if he goes to see Spike and Spike beats him up because he can hurt demons now?
I think it ate him up.
Oh.
Spike. Wonderful. The perfect end to a perfect day.
Giles?
Go on then. Let's
Oh.
get on with the fighting.
He can hear you.
You have to help me find it. He must undo this, and then he needs a good being killed.
And
Yeah.
I'm supposed to just help you out of the evilness of my heart?
You help me, and I don't kill you.
Oh, tremendously convincing.
Yeah.
Try it again without the stutter.
I could pay you money, and I can clear all this up without Buffy ever having to find out that anything happened to me at all.
Aww.
Okay, that's
He's only given more reasons to be
I'd have mentioned
excluded.
if it was a giant bull.
I keep thinking, let's ask Giles. And I remember.
He'd be great right now. He'd find himself in a second. Nobody is cooler in a crisis.
If you can't find third gear, don't try for third gear.
I don't know if I'm...
I refuse to become a monster because I look like a monster. I have a soul, a conscience. I am a human being. Oh, stop the car. Right, let's go then.
Oh my god.
How do I kill it? Silver, a weapon made of
You
silver.
don't!
Okay. Credit card slips, sales receipts. Help me look.
Should have done that to the door.
I do not have time to play by the rules tonight.
have a master key. Opens every shop on Main Street.
Oh.
Damn.
Next time, absolutely.
How do I get on this shit?
Buffy, I can't take you with me.
You're not taking me with you. I am going and I am letting you come along.
Buffy, it's not really your call. This is a military operation now.
Then call out the troops, because nothing less than that is going to stop me. This demon did something to Giles.
How you feeling, mate? Like snapping necks until everyone's dead.
Now that sounds like a fee, old demon. Maybe I want you around to split their attention a bit.
I'll pay you another $100. No!
Fool.
I can't undo you if you kill me. You've got to stop it. It killed Ripper, and now it's trying to get me.
Don't let him go.
Rude.
You just try and stop me, you stupid jargon.
We've seen Buffy and Giles fight before, but not quite like this.
Oh God. Giles!
Oh.
God. Giles.
I really got to learn to just do the damage and get out of town. It's the staying gloat that gets me every time.
I was going to say, why was he even still there?
How did you know it was me?
Your eyes. You're the only person in the world that can look that annoyed with me.
What's a Slayer going to do to me?
By the authority of the U.S. military, you are being taken into custody, pending a determination of your status.
Ah, shit.
Take it from here. Go, move it. They'll,
I suppose they can
take
provide
the
some
reins of
justice that
detention
Slayers
facility
can't.
in a
The
bad
initiative in that way.
If you don't mind, I'm just gonna go and watch them manhandle him into a vehicle.
You're in charge. You're like, make the plan, execute the plan. No one giving you orders.
I'm the Slayer.
I like it.
Same.
But give me another week to get ready, and I'll take you down.
No, you won't.
He's part of something that we don't really understand.
Are you sure you're not just saying this because you don't like Riley's boss?
No, I'm not saying that at all. No, I do hate her quite a lot. I want you to have your personal life, but
You'll be proud of her.
You want to know what I think? I think you're probably right.
Oh, good. 314! 314! Evil! I really liked that episode. I thought it was a lot of fun. It was interesting because it kind of had like the villain of the week in Ethan, but at the same time it also like advanced the plot with like the initiative and stuff of Giles finding out about them, and I think it addressed a lot about Giles' story so far this season. So it's interesting to see an episode that feels like a big plot heavy one, but also a Monster of the Week one. So I actually found that a very interesting kind of balance, and I think it worked like really, really well. I really did enjoy this episode, and it was nice coming off of 2 Angel episodes that were interesting, shall I say, and I still don't really know how I feel about either of them. It was nice to come away from those 2 and watch an episode that I actually know how I feel about, and actually I know that I enjoyed. I liked that we started off with it being like Buffy's Buffy's birthday, alliteration getting me there. 19. Oh, I remember when I was 19. Remember it like it was 3 years ago, in fact. But I really liked them bringing that back, 'cause I think episode 12 last season was her birthday as well, because it was Helpless, wasn't it? So that was kind of cool. I thought they were actually going to do more of like the whole birthday storyline, but I suppose they did do that quite a bit in season 3, so that's kind of fair. But I like that they kind of used that as like the plot device to get Giles to meet Riley and learn about Walsh and stuff like that, and kind of highlight the insecurities that he's been feeling all season. Because I did mention quite early on in season 4, I think, that Giles didn't really have a place, and I was like, what's the point of him this season? Why is he around? I did get a few people kind of saying, it's purposeful, and you'll see why. And I see why. I mean, I had kind of seen where they were kind of potentially going with it a couple of episodes ago, because him and Xander were even talking about that they didn't really have much to do. So you can see that was a storyline they were going for with both of them kind of this season. But this is very much focused on Giles because, you know, Xander still has, well, he had Spike living with him to deal with. And obviously he has his relationship with Anya as well, whereas I feel like Giles' relationship with, what was her name? Scroll back a bit. Olivia. I feel like his relationship with Olivia may have fallen apart after the end of Hush. I mean, there's no confirmation of that, but that's kind of what I took from that little conversation at the end of Hush. So maybe he doesn't really have anything going on for him right now, because he's still unemployed and doesn't really feel like he can fit in anywhere. He's really out of place at the party and everything. And the remarks people were making about like Walsh and why would someone in their 40s want to hang around with a bunch of kids, and it's obviously very much referring to Giles too. So I liked that, and I liked that they finally addressed what's been happening with Giles this season, and the fact that he hasn't really had a big role to play, and he can't really slot into the group in the same way he used to. So I really like that they kind of addressed that head on, and then they isolated him even further by turning him into a demon for a brief time, and he was unable to like communicate with, you know, the main group. So I thought that was kind of interesting. I liked that a lot. That whole kind of plot line. I never knew I needed a storyline where Giles got turned into a demon, but I did, and I'm very glad that it happened. So yeah, the focus on Giles I was really happy about. I feel like we don't really get many Giles-centric episodes, so I did really appreciate that. And yeah, it was cool to see. He kind of deserved to get his own episode at this point, didn't he? Because all of this season he's kind of just been in the background a bit. So that was really cool. Having Ethan back was cool. I do have a fondness for Ethan because his first appearance was obviously in Halloween, and that's still to this day one of my absolute favourite episodes, and the episode that kind of made me really fall in love with the show. So I do have a fondness for him, and it's always nice when he keeps popping up. And I like that he kind of really faced justice in this episode for the first time, instead of, you know, he didn't just like run away or go missing or whatever, because the initiative were there to take him away, so they could provide the justice in a way that the Scoobies couldn't really, because they couldn't just kill a human. So I quite liked that. I thought that was an interesting kind of thing, because this episode also played with the idea of the different methods and which method's better, the initiative or the Scoobies. So I thought that was kind of an interesting argument for the side of the initiative in the way that Ethan can kind of pay for his crimes. So I really liked that, and I just liked the scene with Ethan and Giles kind of getting a bit drunk together. Because even though it seemed to be part of Ethan's kind of plan to just turn Giles into a demon, it did kind of feel nice that they got that moment to be like old friends again. And for Giles to just not be alone for one night, even though probably would have been better off if he had been. But maybe he knows that now. Maybe he can appreciate the time when he's on his own now. Because otherwise he just gets turned into demons, and that's not the best thing. So yeah, I like to focus on like the methods between Buffy and, you know, the initiative, the differences and similarities between them. You know, it's kind of the science and magic, mystical kind of thing. The fighting styles, obviously Buffy's a lot stronger than Riley, and it's kind of a job for Riley, but also a lifestyle for Buffy. And then we have the whole thing with Walsh as well, kind of trying to integrate Buffy into the initiative and still not being entirely sure of it yet. So I'm really interested in seeing where this is going to go, and if we're going to get like a hybrid of the initiative and the Scoobies, if they're going to work together, or if something's going to drive them apart, or they're just going to stay like two separate entities. Because there's already kind of a crossover happening, particularly with Buffy and Riley's relationship. So I am very interested in seeing them continue to explore like the different approaches and methods that the Initiative take compared to the Scoobies. So I found that one very interesting, and I like that Walsh got a bit more to do as well, and she seems to have a bit more of a presence going forward with that reveal at the end of the 314 on that secret lab door or whatever. I mean, obviously that's what Ethan was kind of warning Giles about, that demons were scared of. So I kind of like that Giles probably found out about the Initiative from Ethan before we find out from any of the Scoobies. I think that's kind of funny. I like that a lot. And poor Giles' face when he realised that Buffy hadn't told him things. Yeah, that was really kind of interesting. I like how Buffy's last birthday, Giles kept a lot from her, and now the very next birthday, it was like her keeping things from Giles, unintentionally, but still. So I'm very interested in finding out that 314 thing. What's going to be in that room? Is Walsh evil mad scientist lady? Who knows? But I'm excited, and I like that Walsh got a bit more of a role in this episode, and I really like to have seen with Giles, like those two button heads throwing long complicated words at each other. I thought that was really funny, and Maggie kind of talking about how Buffy doesn't have a father figure in her life, and that there's been an absence there, and obviously because Giles just can't be around her as much as he used to be, because he's not her librarian anymore. So I thought that was kind of an interesting way of like addressing the fact that Giles doesn't have a huge role anymore, mostly from circumstances beyond his control, which I really liked that, and I liked how much Giles didn't like her, and when he was a demon he went out of his way to terrify her. That was really funny. Some really funny moments in this episode, as always, but it is a very funny season so far. And yeah, I liked the focus on the Buffy and Riley relationship. I liked that Riley seems to kind of accept that his girlfriend's stronger than him and a better fighter than him. I was worried that was going to be a thing that was kind of drawing them apart, and I'd just been like, oh, we've kind of done this thing before. So I like that he doesn't like bother him, or at least not to the point that he'd probably take it out on Buffy, that his masculinity is a bit hurt, because his girlfriend's, better at him and things, and a stronger fighter and better warrior and stuff. So I'm glad that wasn't really an obstacle for them. I'm glad that he very quickly got over that, and I don't know, I like them together. I think they're sweet together, so I don't really mind that they continue to explore that, and Buffy seems quite happy, so therefore I am happy too. But I am enjoying, how their relationship kind of also symbolises the nature of the Scoobies and Initiative kind of relationship. I like that it's two people from two very different worlds but still have the same goal. I think that's a very interesting thing that they're doing with there. What else was there? I liked how Xander didn't have a lot to do in this episode, but I did like the scene where Giles was trying to talk to him and he was just throwing stuff. But I liked that we kind of got a glimpse still that Xander's very much trying to teach Anya, or Anya. I'm being told that I'm saying things wrong quite a lot. Anya, I think sometimes it's just my accent. Because it's like, people might say aunt in the same way like Anya. I say aunt, Anya. But again, it doesn't really matter. So I like that we kind of see that Xander's continuing to teach her things, and she's learning more about things and traditions as she's trying to continue to, reacquaint herself, I guess, to being mortal than a human. So I really liked that, a very brief interaction that we got. And I also found it kind of interesting. I don't think it was supposed to be intentional or anything, because I don't think Xander actually in that moment when he said "Mum," when Giles was talking to him when he was lying in bed. I know he didn't actually look at him and see that it was a demon. It would have been funny if he'd seen him, saw there was a demon, and went "Mum." But obviously it would have been this demon language speaking to him, and he still went, "Mum, is that you?" And obviously we kind of know that I don't think Xander has the best relationship with his parents and the best home life. So I thought that was kind of an interesting, funny thing. I don't think it's supposed to be read as that, but that's kind of how I took it, just from what's been inferred about his home life before. Then we saw Tara again briefly, so it's cool that she's kind of keep popping up and like doing the magic shit with Willow. So yeah, I'm excited to see what her role's going to be, because if she comes back, I imagine I'm going to keep seeing her. I just like that her and Willow kind of learn from each other and do magic and shit, powerful spells. I feel like maybe the end of the season is going to require like this really powerful spell to like save the day, and Willow's going to need Tara's help to do it. Or maybe it's going to be like both of them and the power of both of them as they get stronger with each other. Will be what helps save the day, I don't know. Obviously there's going to be something that they're trying to lead to with that. So it's cool seeing her pop up again, because from what I've seen of her, you know, I quite like what I've seen so far. She seems kind of wholesome. Spike. Let's talk about Spike, because I love Spike. I like that he was like briefly looking for his own place, and I'm looking forward to seeing what he finds with that. I love that he could understand what Giles was saying when he was a demon, that, you know, he helped him out for like now $300. Hopefully Giles does hand that over. Although last time we saw him in the episode, I think he crashed Giles's car when he was being chased, so has he been captured again, or did he escape? I can't remember if we saw him again after that. I don't know. I guess I'll find out. If he'd been captured again, they probably would have just shown it, wouldn't they? I don't know. I'll find out in the next episode. But yeah, I really enjoyed Spike as always in this episode, and his interactions with Giles, the demon, I thought were really, really funny. I liked the kind of chemistry between the two characters there, and a lot of the jokes were really great with those two. So yeah, Spike was a lot of fun in this episode, as he always is. And yeah, just to focus on Giles and him not having a place so far this season, and him being a bit left out of things. I like that we finally like really directly addressed that, and hopefully have kind of resolved that issue a bit, with Buffy promising to always tell him stuff, because communication's important when you're the Slayer. I know Buffy's like the first Slayer to properly have like a team of people around her, so she needs to communicate with them, otherwise what's the point of having a team? That's what makes her a different kind of Slayer than anything that's come before, and probably why she's the best one, in my humble opinion. I know I haven't seen many of the Slayers, but yeah, she's the Slayer who got her own show, so clearly she's the best one. So yeah, I really enjoyed everything this episode was kind of trying to do. The whole demon thing was really fun. I liked seeing Ethan again. There were some funny moments. I liked that they addressed the whole thing with Giles and him feeling a bit left out and neglected this season. Like the continuity with it being Buffy's birthday. I liked everything we got with the initiative in Walsh, and hints that there's going to be even more story there, like the 314 thing. And yeah, the continuing exploration of Buffy and Ryan's relationship as a means to explore the different methods and approaches that the initiative are taking compared to the Scoobies. So yeah, it felt like Villain of the Week, Monster of the Week, with a really heavy plot and story-driven stuff. It was a really good like mashup of those two things, and I think it just worked so well. Not that there's anything wrong with those two being separate things, but it was interesting that they kind of merged those two kind of episodes, and I still had a lot of fun with it and really enjoyed it. So I'm very excited to see where they're going to take this season, especially now all the main characters are kind of in the know about the initiative, and the initiative know about Buffy as well. That was cool. Ryan didn't keep that a secret from Walsh or anyone, so that was really nice. And yeah, I'm really excited to see what's going to happen next, and where they're going to take it from here, and what the fuck is in that, 314 room. Who knows? Hopefully we'll find out soon, but I'm very excited. So yeah, great episode. I really love this one, and until my next reaction, thanks for watching.